It's not very common that I share a movie review a whole week after a film's release. The last time this happened was 5 whole years ago with Geo Baby's The Great Indian Kitchen. But some rare films deserve to gain momentum in the week after they are made public instead of losing the battle. Today's Women Telling Women Stories title is one such. Two of my top favorite films of last year, Sabarbonda and Sthar, were in the Marathi language. And sitting here today, I can safely proclaim in my year-end list of December 2026, another Marathi film 100% is going to feature in the top 10. Let us talk about Jijivisha Kale's spellbinding movie Tighi, now in movie theaters. But first, let me welcome you here. My name is Acharita, and on this channel, you can find my movie reviews, interviews with film people, and coverage from film festivals. After today's review, please browse through some of the recent videos here, and if you like what you hear and what you see, do not forget to click that subscribe button.
ढकला अगं मला माझ्या खोलीत मारायचं इथे मारा तुम्ही मला
Written and directed by Jijivisha Kale with Nikhil Mahajan and Prajakta Deshmukh on screenplay and dialogue respectively, Tighi tells the story of three women. A mother, Hemlata Ranade, played by Bharti Achrekar, and the two daughters she has raised alone, the elder Swati, played by Neha Pendse, and her little sister Sarika, played by Sonali Kulkarni. The story unfolds largely through Swati's POV. The opening shots of a rainy, crowded, and haphazard Mumbai reflect Swati's mental turmoil. She's stuck in a job she cannot leave on account of having taken a personal loan from her lecherous boss. There is a husband at home who provides very little affection and no protection, and soon enough she learns her mother in Pune has stage 4 ovarian cancer. As she takes time off work and finds a reason to get away from her boss, frankly, and his proposed international work trip, she now must reconnect both with her mother, her city, and a younger sister who, despite her best efforts, low-key resents Swati for her freedom. Jijivisha's film, with its familiar premise, is instantly relatable, especially for the millennial woman who was likely the first one in her middle-class family able to follow career aspirations that took her away from her hometown. Additionally, if you're an elder sister, certain moments in this film might knock the wind out of you. Swati's overwhelming guilt of choosing herself fills her entire body, not allowing another emotion to enter or exit her being. Neha Pendse, dressed mostly in long and flowing cotton salwar kurtas, conveys the heartbreak of having to be the low-contact child in a household devastatingly through her immense and expressive eyes. The heartbreak, the pain of realizing that despite her seniority in age, the power dynamic in the house she's returning to favors the younger sibling. And again, like in her office, here too, she might have to tread on eggshells in someone else's space, not an inch of ownership to her name, yet unable to fully cut ties anywhere. What seems like wings of freedom are in fact a melange of indiscernible chains binding her soul. Now, before we proceed, here's a little reminder again. Wait till the end of this video for my segment Relation Mein Recommendation, where I suggest other films you can watch after you're done with this one if you want to stay in the same sort of genre.
आज मला काही गोष्टींचा सोक्षमोक्ष लावायचा आहे
Now, in the palatial but old house in Pune, the mother's unregulated emotional state fuels Swati and Sarika's discomfort. Bharti Achrekar is incredible as Hemlata. She's just such a brilliant actor. This is where Tighi is most skillful. The screenplay lets on slowly why the mother is withholding, why the sisters are unable to express emotion. The familiarity of the Malu and these characters has you convinced that you know what's coming. But the writing flips that expectations very softly, leaning instead more towards themes of forgiveness, abandoning the borderline cliched concept of self-discovery. One can only assume, but Tighi does feel like a deeply personal story for writer-director Jijivisha Kale. How else would one get such specific nuance so right? A mother unable to assuage her guilt, the catharsis a delayed apology can provide, what true freedom really means for daughters, and how success as a parameter can mean so many different things within one home. The daughters struggle with decisions like a job over a startup or exploitation at work over dignity. A mother makes peace with a much harder choice. Cinematographer Milind Jog also uses reflections as a leitmotif to highlight the mental state of many characters in this film. It's so good. Mirrors, windows, shiny walls, a swipe cut between two shots in a wedding video. The reflections are staring back at Swati, Sarika, and Hemlata, observing what perhaps these women don't see themselves. I love how Tighi unfolds like a traditional mystery while maintaining a steady, unhurried family drama pace. It has all the elements too. An unpaid loan, a mysterious missing person, illnesses, flashbacks, clues, and a beautiful epilogue. Seriously, sit and watch till the last shot, which appears after the credits roll. This film has a few more days in movie theaters before the big Hindi behemoth releases next week, so please go and watch Tiggy this weekend, I insist.
तुमच्याच चिखलात बरबटत राहायचंय का ग मी? मला माझा स्वतंत्र चिखल आहे चिवडायला.
Now, if you're new here, I usually end my reviews with a segment called Relation Made Recommendation, which I love, where I mention another title or a book or something you can watch or read or enjoy if you'd like to stay in the same wheelhouse, genre-wise. A few years ago, Pakistani filmmaker Asim Abbasi's wonderful film Cake released on Netflix. It's a lovely movie with a similar premise and again, rooted in realized performances. This subgenre of tragicomedy where semi-estranged kids go back to meet their ailing parents in their hometowns is something Asim Abbasi also explores in his magic realism series Barzakh. The names that you see on your screen right now are channel members who support this endeavor here on YouTube, and to my members I say thank you so very much. Please consider becoming a paying channel member today at the link in the description under this video. Your support is what keeps this going. This is all fully self-funded and independent. Now here is a review of one of my favorite films that I mentioned earlier from last year's Thar, and here's an interview with Sabar Bonda director Rohan Kanavade from Snowy Sundance, where the film premiered like a year and a half ago. As always, my name is Sucharita. Thank you for stopping by.